Hi, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. I'm so excited to show you the new 2025 Halloween collection. This is Gothic Glam. These are a collection of amazing Halloween sets. We're going to start with Bat to the Bone, not Back to the Bone, Bat to the Bone. So this is a gorgeous ombre. It has some glitter and like a little flash to it, if you can see that glitter. I'm not positive if this is going to be considered a shimmer or a glitter. Oh, this is a glitter design. I just had to check here. And it goes from kind of a peach to magenta to purpley plum kind of ombre with the bats on it. Super pretty. I love these colors together. Again, this one's a glitter ombre design called Bat to the Bone. All right, we're just going to go in alphabetical order here. So then we're going to go with this next one that I think is going to be a fan favorite. This one's called Bone and Blossom. This is another glitter design. If you can see, there is glitter base, similar to maybe Starfall and Couldn't Care It Less, maybe. But then with a printed floral design and skull design over the top. Very, they have the dead inspired sort of like sugar skull style. Love it. It's super cool. I think this, like I said, would be an amazing kind of to play around with the mixed mani or do some solids and just do some accents with this. This one is going to be really fun to see. I think, again, I think people are going to love that one. This one is next. This is called Caught in the Web, or no, Caught in a Web. This is a neon glitter design that is also glow in the dark. I haven't tested that myself, but it's kind of that neon green to a darker green ombre with the web design. I'm assuming this middle part green is the glow in the dark. So if you put it on as a traditional way, that's the tip part is going to be the ombre or the glow in the dark part, that lighter green. It has a little very sparse glitter, but it is, they're calling it a neon glitter design. And again, this one is the, I believe this is the only glow in the dark in this collection. This one, this blood curdling red, that's not what it's called. It's actually called Crimson Chaos. But it has this really bright shimmer red. It's an old school shimmer, so it has that like sheen to it, but it doesn't actually have any chunks of glitter. It is definitely a bright kind of blood red. It's more of a cool red, and then it has like the black kind of blood splatter look to it, or paint splatter if we didn't want it to be Halloweeny, I guess. So Jackson Pollock inspired kind of, but definitely cool. Cool. Crimson Chaos. All right, this next one is this kind of ombre with the center, and then it has the orange around, depending on how your nail is going to hit that a little different. This one is called Gorgeous Glow. So Gorgeous Glow, considered a shimmer design as well. So it has the light glow, kind of aura looking, and then the green, or the orange around the outside of that part. So long nails, it doesn't work as well. My nails would probably work because I would still get the green in here. I think it's best if you can use exactly half the strip. So I might have to like trim my nails before I put this one on. All right. And then Nocturne is this one. This is a very sheer, almost jelly-like. It reminds me, this one's called, like I said, Nocturne. They're considering it a glitter design, not calling it a jelly, but it does have this, it's a design. It has this darker outside lighter inside, and then it has the glitter over the top. Reminds me of, especially this middle part, reminds me of um, Black Sesame glitter. The Black Sesame definitely has that like lighter, or has that kind of gray sheer finish in that. And that's what the middle kind of reminds me of. It is slightly darker on the edges, so it's going to give that kind of illusion of dark, the ombre around the edges. And then it has definitely like that orangey copper glitter. I don't know if you can pick that up quite well. There, you can see it, especially on the thumb right there. All right, this one I do like. It is very sheer, however, so just keep that one in mind. And then I will do Sheerness next. And then this one is called Potion Pop. It is a very blurple set. So if you don't know what the blurple is, consider this one a glitter design too, because it does have, it has some subtle specks. It might just be considered a shimmer maybe when they come out with the final. They tend to change them from our little early stuff, but it's very purpley, but then when you when you shift it, it's very blue. So I'm calling this one Blurple. And it does have it has ombres, very subtle. If you can see the darker and lighter purple, the reverse. These two look solid, those three. Very fun though. I do love this color. If you're a fan of blue, purple, or Blurple, this set would be for you. Again, this one's called Potion Pop. I can see like a slight little glitter, very fine, but I feel like it's more of a shimmer, but we'll see what they decide. Now this last one was a surprise. This is actually a French. So you get 2 strips. This one is called Twilight Terror. This is the, well, they're calling this a shimmer now too. I'm not sure if they're going to call this a glitter. I feel like this is a glitter. A dual French tip, so it has one end cut for the French curve for the French tip, and then the other one is the regular curve, so you could use it as a full strip or a French tip. And then this, surprisingly, is a clear glitter design overlay. So it has kind of this shimmery, really microfine glitter. Like I said, they might consider this a glitter or a shimmer, but these are all clear. So you would put your French tip on, however, and then you put a clear overlay over the top. So it's either going to have glitter, like this like nice dusting of fine glitter. This all has a clear base, or it's going to have the cool sky tree, like subtle kind of shadowy look to it. So I'm super excited about this one. This will be really cool to see on and everything. But this is a set, a French set that has the clear overlay with the tips, the dual-ended tips. So these ones come together. So separately, they're called Twilight Terror and Nightmare Land. And I don't know as one set what they're going to be called, but they usually do that. Give it a separate name. Because I know the Frankenstein one came like that. But I don't know. One was called Frank, I think, and one was called Stein. But all right, so we will have to wait to see what this one's called once we get all the final assets. So, all right, I'm going to shift. That is the Halloween Gothic Glam. Let me know your favorite. I am going to go ahead and pause this, and then I'll get set up for the next part of this video. Hi, we're back for part 2, showing off the Halloween collection called Gothic Glam. I didn't mention this launch is on September 19th at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Pre-launch or power launch for stylists is September 5th. All right, so we're going to go through and show Sheerness, and I'm actually going to put them on a few of my nails. We're going to double up some of these here. We're going to start with this combo of Twilight Terror and Nightmare Land because I wanted to show you how this works. So these come together. This is one French set, I guess is what the best way. So this is a dual-ended French. So like our other dual-ended French, if you use, so here, I'm just going to do this. If you take it off, this side is the French tip. If you take this off, and you could use it as a full strip. So you put it on this way for a full strip, or we're going to do this and put it over as a French tip to show off both of these, because I think that would be helpful. We're just going to put these on here as a French tip. And then the rest of the strip I will put on the backing and we can look. But it is black. I think it's black and not like a navy. Let me see here. Sorry, I gotta pull up. There. Get that in focus. This one is not on a solid base, but it is a very dark strip. Let me see here. So not really see-through. Super microfine glitter. Put it over that dark. Look at that hollow glitter on there. Pretty, it's really pretty. Let's focus. And it wants to focus on the background. All right. I want to show you this. So the clear overlay, instead of coming with Clear as Day, this is coming with Nightmare Land. It is still a clear overlay. It just is a glitter design overlay. So 5 of the strips are going to have this pattern with the tree and the sky kind of clouds. And then 3 of them are just the glitter, the clear glitter base. But see how it still has that same kind of hollow micro glitter over the clear strip. I love this. I love that they did this. And then so you can kind of pick and choose what side of the strip you want to use. But we're going to demo this and use this tree because I'm hoping, yeah. So technically you could put this on bottom as an underlay. Oh, it has a flash to it, kind of. It looks like it does, because it kind of made it look almost purpley. See that? Oh, here, hold on. Let me see if I can get... Oh, I love that. I don't know if you can see. I feel like I'm not focused very well. Or there's too much glare. So you could use this as a base and put this part on first and then put the black as the tips, or you could do it like I did, put the tip on and then use it as the overlay. I think it would work either way. It depends if you want that sharp black as your tip, because it kind of makes it have like a little flash to it. Do you see that? And then here, I'll show you what the end of this strip looks like. So depending on what you put it on, the details, I mean, obviously I love the little tree detail on that. Okay, so again, the dual-ended French is called Twilight Terror. The overlay is called Nightmare Land. Together, I'm not sure what they're going to be called. Currently, the French tips, the French sets are 14, so I'm assuming that's what this is going to be, unless they consider it some sort of new innovation, which I don't think so, which is a really good deal, because technically you get a full overlay and a dual-ended French, and you can use them together or separate. Okay, so I wanted to show that one off first. Sorry, I gotta shift there. And then we're gonna go back to, I did the rest in alphabetical order. So this was called Bat to the Bone, ombre glitter design. They consider the ombre as a design because they're using more than one color. It's on a peach base, so that's the lightest color of this strip. I'm assuming the peach part is going to be more sheer, just because of the simple fact that the color is very light. Let's see here if you can see. I don't know. Maybe you can't see through the base through it. It's fairly light though. We're going to use the skinny side and do half of my nail here. I do like I do like these colors because these are kind of my colors. This orange to magenta to purple plum. Like, look at that. I think that's pretty. You could always reverse it, like, and put the dark at the bottom if you wanted to flip it this way. That design, I believe, flips it. Yes, it does. So some of the strips have the dark at the bottom, some of it have the light peach at the bottom, and then it does have bats. So sorry, I should have explained that because my little example doesn't have the bats on it. But let's see if you can see through any of this here. Oh, you kind of can in the green. Okay, or the peach part. So that peach, that lighter area, you can see through it a little bit. So if you wanted to darken that peach and put like a darker orange underneath it, that would probably work. It has a creamy kind of finish though, because in order to make peach, you have to add white to orange. And anything with that white, I notice, has like more of a cream. Like if it's sheer, it's going to be more cream and a little more milky, if that makes sense. So, all right, so there's that. And like I said, it has bats and it has the ombre flipped on some of the sets. Looks like the majority are the orange at the base and not the purple at the base, but there are some strips that have that. Okay, this is gonna be the crowd favorite. At least I feel like in our group, you guys. So this is Bone and Blossom. This is a glitter design. The base reminds me of Couldn't Care Less. So white base here. You can see the what's it called through it. This set has a black base though for some of them, and the skulls with the flowers. So let me grab that so you can see what that looks like too. Sorry, I'm going back and forth on screens here. So you can have, there's one just all floral on the black base. There's the skulls. It's really cool. All right, so looks like, I'm sure the black ones aren't going to be see-through, but these white ones are see-through like a Couldn't Care is. Let's see. We're just going to put it on the same nail as this one because I only did one side with my, what's it called? Peely base. So you can see the white floral design. God, that's a cool set. And let's see if how much of this is like sheerish. Let's see here. You can see the line going through just the white areas. It's not that sheer that I feel like it's going to make a huge difference. But some of the sets, like I said, are black too. So it kind of depends on how you're playing around with it. But it is white. So, you know, a neon under it might pull through. Like how much can you see the pink through? You can a little bit. I don't know if it changes it a ton, but okay. So that one. So we have those two, half and half. This is the glow in the dark. This is the only glow in the dark in this collection. This is considered a neon glitter. So it'll come with the little protective cardboard piece, I would guess. Actually, I don't even know if it did. It's considered a neon glow in the dark. And I did check, it does glow in the dark. So this whole that light color glows in the dark, not as much, and then it fades. Which is to be expected. That's pretty. I like this one. I'll show you the full strip too, just to compare. But it does have the webs. So that light part on my nail will glow in the dark. Not the whole thing. It is, like I said, neon and an ombre and glow in the dark. So has lots of fun things going for it. Let's see about sheerness here. You can kind of see that line. Yeah, you can. Again, though, with the Yeah, that's fun though. Look at that. I love that one. Here. I like that. I like a lot of these. I like all of these so far, actually. Where's my full strip? These are all the same ombre. So it has the light at the tip, the glow in the dark, and then the darker base with the webs. That one's called Caught in a Web. Did I even go over all the names? Yeah, I said bat. Yeah, Caught in a Web. Okay, I've been keeping up. All right. Next is Crimson Chaos. Crimson Chaos. This is a super shiny, like old school shimmer. Before we had shimmers that had glitters. Like, look at this. It reminds me. Oh, look at that. It's almost like the metallic-y, but not as, I don't know. Let me see here. It's almost like Bad Blood, I feel like. Is that the one that was a shimmer? And it looks a little sheerish. Maybe only when the light catches it. There. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and try it. We're gonna try it. No, I'll try it on here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that shimmer. It reminds me of the old, when, like I say, old school shimmers. Look at that. We haven't had, that's yummy. Okay, it's not really, but it's because it's supposed to look like blood, and that's not yummy. But okay, then it has the blood splatters. Let's see here. Do we see anything? I feel like I don't really think you can see through that. All right, that was Crimson Chaos. For those who like red, it has a little with the dark black like splatters. Like, look at that. Very cool. All right. I don't think I would consider it. I mean, it's definitely not a jelly. It's not like super sheer. So, like, I really can't see through it. Okay. This one is called Gorge. So, like a gourd. Gorgeous Glow. And this is, I can't remember what this is called with the like effect here. We have like the moonlight swim and okay, it has a very soft background. But it is a shimmer design, so it has the shiny shimmer without glitter in it. Like without chunks of glitter. Here. Sheer in the white areas, you can see that backing. Here, let's see. Can you see the backing? Yeah, it's pretty sheer because you can see that backing through the green, or through the orange too. I totally called it green in the other video too. We'll put this one on by itself in the middle, and then I'll see. If I was doing it on a tiny nail, which I'm not, will give you a better effect. But you can see this is pretty curvy. And actually, my nail is not too long because I can get the green, orange. Oh my gosh, I'm like colorblind. The orange all around it. See, it has that look. I don't know. I don't think these are my favorite, but I think that's kind of a popular trend right now. All right. So these are sheer definitely. I don't know if you can see that color through it. Yeah, you can see that red line all the way through. See that? All right. So maybe I like it with another combo. And then this one I know is very sheer. This one's called Nocturne. And it is, I believe they're considering this a glitter design. Yeah. So it reminds me of, the inside reminds me of Black Sesame because it's that same kind of charcoaly gray. And it's sheerish like that. So it's very, I don't think it's considered a jelly per se, but it is very sheer like that. Do you see? Hold on. Yeah, see how much you can see through it. I mean, it's like super sheer. Okay. So that, but it has, the reason it's a design is it has that shadow effect on the edges. Let's see if you can tell that on here. It's subtle because it looks like it's just like shadows. So hold on, I'm gonna put this very sheer over these, like super sheer. Like look at this. Like, so it gets a little dark, you know, where it gets darker on the edges and the base, but then like you can see it through. So very, like I said, the color reminds me of Black Sesame. It does have these bigger gold copper glitters that must shift because they don't look as copper in the video here. Can you see the darker edges is the question. I can, but it's subtle. And because it's all the same, it's kind of a subtle effect. I think it's really pretty though, but I loved Black Sesame, so I like this color. So I like this one. Okay, this last one. So Nocturne is all the same. So all the strips are the same. Against white, you're going to have that contrast more because that's so sheer. You'll still be, if they have white underneath it, you'll be able to see that contrast a lot better. Oh, there you can see it. Do you see how those? Okay. Last but not least is Potion, what's it called? Potion Pop. So this set, like, looks, I'm going to see if I can make it look blue. It's super blue in some lighting at some angles, but it's hard for me to get it on camera, I feel like, because of the, like, in the sleeve here. So, like, that's how you can see it. It's super blue, but I don't know if you can see it because of the glare from the window. So, some of the sets are ombre and like in reverse. So there's darker areas, lighter areas, and it's a lot more subtle depending on how the angle. So do you see all the, and then there's this fun glitter in it, and then there's a couple solid strips. So one of these is the pinky tiny strip. Oh, I'm surprised that it's like sheer. It's almost jelly-like, it's so sheer. The consistency doesn't feel like a jelly to me. It's a thinner, I feel like there's jellies are a little thicker and have like more depth to them, but this is sheer, because look at that. And definitely looks more purple plum and then more cool blue too, depending on how the light shifts it. See, there you can see how it's curved, you can see the blue shift to it, because this isn't one of the solid strips. So we're gonna put this on my thumb. Oh, this has a great flash to it. It's really hard. It's a little hard to catch on camera, but it has a cool, can you see that blue to purple shift? How the light hits it? It definitely has a blue like flash when the light hits it. So again, super sheer. Let's see if the blue, I don't know if the yellow will show through. Oh, it does. You can see stripes through. All right. So we have the dual-ended French Twilight Terror with the Nightmare Land over it. This comes as one set. I'm guessing $14. And you could put the glitter on the overlay on the bottom or on the top. I put it over the top. Then there is the Bat to the Bone, which is the ombre set. They do have some reverse strips of this. So here, let's look. Sorry, we'll go back. Twilight Terror with, so some of these are clear. There's 5 with the design, and then 3, I'm talking one strip, not the, and then there's 2 of them. So 3 of the clear, and then 5 of the designs, and then there's 2 of each, 2 like sets. So there you go. Does that make sense? Okay. Then Bat to the Bone. So some have the dark at the bottom, some have the peach at the bottom with the little bats. Super cute. We'll just grab, this is what's next, Potion Pop. So you have some with the dark. Definitely has a purple, or it goes to like a blue flash. Very blurply set. Bone and Blossom. So half of that strip is on here. So you can see the glitter with the flower. But like I said, some of these are black and they do have skulls and stuff. And then the Cotton Web is the glow in the dark neon strip right here. The lighter minty greenish color, the glow in the dark color. The color that looks like it would glow in the dark is what glows in the dark. It fades. No, I don't think the dark part glows in the dark at all. Let me look. I'm just gonna stick it under. No, the dark part does not. So it's only the lighter, and it just kind of fades out to dark. So only the light area glows in the dark. Super cool set though. One of my faves. They're all kind of one of my faves. Actually, this is my least favorite. But anyway, this was the Crimson Chaos. I keep wanting to call it the blood set. See that shine? Look at that. That's pretty amazing. Then it has the black splatters. This is the Nocturne. It's a little bit fancier of a black sesame. The middle reminded me of black sesame. It is sheer and it is more subtle because it is sheer. So when it's on, you can see that subtle dark edge, but not as contrasty as it is on the white backing. So does that make sense? And then this one is the example of the Gorgeous Glam. Glow, sorry, Gorgeous Glow. Gorgeous Glow, gourd with a D. All right, and this is that, I don't know, is this considered cat's eye? I don't know what this is considered. Where it has the color on the outside. So that is a little bit of all of them. Mix and match. You can see which ones were sheer. All right, you guys have a great day or night. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.